Just because my son got curious and took one look at the robber, the bastard immediately shot him dead, and I had just come out of the supermarket shopping when I witnessed this scene. So I desperately ran toward my son, but I was also brutally gunned down. The moment I hit the ground, I stared hard at the robber and forever burned his face into my memory. In the end, I took 6 bullets, but under the doctor's desperate efforts to save me, I stubbornly survived. But now my eyes were lifeless, filled only with the grief of losing my child. I had to find that face to avenge my son who died so brutally. So I used my connections in both the underworld and legitimate world to get a list from FBI executive. It had all the robber's specs. Over the next few days, I killed every single person on that list, but still couldn't find that face. At this point, one of my men advised me that continuing like this wouldn't just fail to find a real killer, but would also alert them.
The truth, we need a different approach.
This made me instantly realize the problem. Such a well-planned robbery operation definitely needed inside and outside coordination. This also meant there had to be an inside man at the security company. So I found a friend to get me a new identity and successfully infiltrated the security company as a driver. As long as those robbers struck again, I would give them a taste of their own medicine. I don't know how much time passed, but the robbery I'd been thinking about day and night finally happened. I signaled my partner to stay in the truck, opened the door, and threw the money bags one by one onto the robber, but deliberately threw one bag on the ground. When one robber got out to pick up the money, I pulled out my gun and began my performance. I calmly pulled up my pants and with a few shots wiped out this bunch of ignorant robbers. The last robber fled in panic, but didn't get far before I shot him in the leg. Walking up close, I discovered he wasn't the enemy I was looking for. Without any unnecessary words, I sent him off with one shot. Meanwhile, the real killer of my son was secretly plotting a shocking case. This time their target wasn't some armored truck, but the security company's cash warehouse. The operation time was set for Black Friday, and my partner Captain finally came clean, admitting he was the inside man. He warned me that my gun had no bullets, told me not to cause trouble, and in return guaranteed I'd stay alive. But what he didn't know was that I'd been waiting for this chance for revenge all along. To keep the captain stable, I chose to follow orders. Then the captain drove into the prearranged warehouse and shut off all the surveillance in the truck. Headquarters immediately asked about the surveillance situation, but the captain lied, claiming it was a malfunction and he was repairing the cameras. At this point, the robbers also arrived right on time. They tied my hands and quickly hid inside the armored truck. Soon the captain drove back to the company. As the vehicle entered the final checkpoint, the captain went through routine procedures